Hello, we're back again and we are battling AI. I'm still trying to see if AI can take my job. There's a lot of discussion about this type of thing these days. And so we're setting out to see if AI has become a better options trader than a 20-year seasoned options trader. Now, I did see some of the comments last time, and I'm looking for more comments from you guys. Please put them in down below and tell me what you think of this video, and tell me what you see and what you find interesting and what you don't find interesting. We love them all. I did see some people last time saying that we could have given the AI agent a better prompt. And look, a lot of where this emanated from is we field questions at tastylive all the time about different option strategies, different things people are interested in trying. And the questions are kind of framed just like that. I mean, how am I going to ask an AI agent a very detailed question in options when I don't necessarily get those type of questions on the regular? People typically send us questions just like that. And in the previous video, we asked about what was the best way to get long Microsoft. And I think that's definitely a type of question that an options trader would ask another options trader, even if it's a beginner or not. So that's exactly the kind of thing that we're doing today. And today we're going to look at Palantir. We did tried to get a little more pointed question this time around. So we're asking about what type of Palantir trade that we would put on and how much specific money we would look at. So in this case, we're looking at getting long Palantir, and we're going to use about $1,500 in money and premium, if you will. I shouldn't say premium. We're going to take about $1,500 to put on a long position in Palantir. And we're going to specifically use the June options expiration. So we're kind of narrowing it down because, look, the universe of options is expansive. I mean, we could literally put on a whole different type of trade, numerous trades, numerous expirations, but we're trying to keep it simple. So in this case, we're just going to try and use $1,500 and try and get long Palantir. Now, I would, in the June expiration, June 18, expiring in 45 days, I would probably try a couple of different things. I mean, I have become fond of the Super Bowl trades. Looking at Palantir, it's trading $147 right now. When I look at some of the near-term high going back to March, it was trading about 160. I would probably try to place a trade where I feel it would erase a lot of this big down move that happened in January, back when software was getting beat up. And as an option trader and as somebody who's been trading for a long time, I feel like if I'm placing a long trade, I'm trying to get it to an area where I feel like a lot of the Vanna and charm will kick in, whereas the gamma in the name will start to explode to the upside. That's how I feel. And usually that happens around areas where it previously sold off. So in this case, around the 160 level. So that's kind of where I would center my trade. And I've become real fond of the Super Bear trade, so I'm going to try and get a little bit of credit collected going in. In this case, I'm going to sell the 145, 135 put spread to finance buying the 160. Let's see if I can do the 175 call spread. I can get that for a 42-cent credit. So this will cost me $958. So I'm using less than the $1,500, max profit of $1,500 in this case. And it'll cost me $960 since I'm collecting 40 cents, right? Because what it's doing, it's subtracting the credit that we're collecting from this put spread, right? And so that makes it a $960 max loss to the downside. To the upside, we're essentially getting this thing on for free. And so that would be my trade on how I would do it using these June options. Now, let's see what Grok says. So in Grok, we're going to ask it, how would you get long Palantir with an option strategy using $1,500? I'm looking at June and I want a risk-defined play, which again, we did a risk-defined play using that short put spread to the downside and to the upside. Let's see here. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, it's thinking. It's checking stock data. It's scrubbing all over the place. It's looking around. Yep, June 18, 2026. I'm really curious as to what it puts out. Bull call debit spread. So straight up buying a call spread, okay? Palantir is, yeah, roughly trading 145 to 148. It's looking for a bullish play, fits 1,500. You can buy 5 to 10 contracts. So it's going to size up to try and use that amount. In our case, I mean, I did one contract on each side. I was able to get the trade on for 900. Now you could double up, but then at that point you're 1800, right? And there's no half contract. So we basically were able to get on a pretty decent trade just using one, right? Using that super bull trade. So in this case, they want to, let's see, they want to buy the 145 call. So they're going $15 wide, buying the 145 call, selling the 160 call in June. So let's see. Their break even is 150 to 152. So basically, it's somewhere between 5 to 7. So they're not even giving exacts, but I mean, we can look it up in a second. They're saying between $550 to $7 a contract. It's probably around $6 a contract, I'm thinking, to buy that spread. And you know, $600. I guess you could do more, 3 of those if you wanted. Like I said, buy 2 to 3 of those spreads. That'll get you there. So again, in my trade, let's see the max profit for its trade, what it puts out here. Let's see. It's giving you all ways to manage. Now, my trade, well, how would I manage? I mean, again, with the super bull trade, excuse me, your risk is to the downside. So as it begins to fall, you're going to lose money, right? But the max that you're going to lose is $960. In the case of this, you could possibly lose the maximum of the $1,500, right? And in their case, they're buying a $15 wide spread, let's say for $7. So you could probably, if you did 3 of those, you could probably max. If you did 2 of those, you max make $1,400. My max mix is $1,500. If you do 3 of those, you have more risk on, and you actually could end up, you know, losing more than your $1,500 investment. In my case, you only lose $940. I'm gonna call this another win. I think my spread is better, and I think Grok has a little bit more to do when it comes to learning how to trade. But again, it's doing the 145, 160 call spread, right? This is my trade. Selling this put spread to finance buying this call spread. Max loss of, let's just say we correct a credit of 40 cents. Max loss of 960. You only need to do 1, and your max profit is $1,540. And in their case, they're talking of buying the 145, 160 call spreads. That's $6. Let's make it even. $6.30. Sure, you could size up to do those. You could size up to, well, you can't do 3, so you can do 2 contracts. Your max loss is $1,260. Your max profit is $200 more than mine, so I guess it kind of wins on that. But you got a lot more risk up front than in my trade. So I'm going to call this another win. That's right. Jamal 2, AI agents 0.